Okay, here we go.
Vegas. All right,
Okay,
all right.
nice.
So this is welcome back from
Thank
Vegas.
you.
There's a couple things before we jump into it that I really want to just hear about your experience. Like number one, we know you drive electric car.
Yes.
So it's a long way to Vegas. I want to understand that experience, and then after that, I want to understand the 2026 Las Vegas. What is it like now for a family?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll compare a little bit of my expectations. I grew up going to Vegas as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and how it has evolved, and I think it's now at a certain evolution as well right now, where things are post-pandemic. Vegas is slightly different as well. The last time I went was to sign my marriage papers.
Wait,
in
what? You got
Vegas.
married in Vegas?
Yeah, because it's convenient. It's quick. And during the pandemic, that was the easiest place to get all your paperwork done
Wow.
versus anywhere else. There's no line.
Did you do like the typical like little chapel with Elvis impersonator?
No, not that. But it was a little chapel kind of setup.
Okay.
So that was my experience. But but before we jump in, our kind of real take right now. I hope you still remember we went and got Molly Tea after
Yes.
our last recording.
Yes, we did.
And as before we started recording, I said we do it again because I need an afternoon pick me up.
Yeah.
So what's your take? What's your take on this whole new generation of all these like teas? These tea shops. There's like a million of them that's popped up everywhere.
I think like compared to like the milk tea, like I used to get. You mentioned some of it like Fantasia. It's more sweet and a little heavier, like the milk tea. And this one, Molly tea, was very light and refreshing. At least the tea that you got. So it was very refreshing. So versus being very heavy, and maybe it's just the tea selection that we chose and whatnot. But it was very enjoyable and something that doesn't weigh you down.
Yeah.
It wasn't too sweet.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
It was just their signature jasmine tea, and that's actually a good point that you mentioned about not weighing you down. So once I started drinking it without milk, it didn't feel like I would have a crash later or a sugar high or something. It's exactly like you said. It's just refreshing. It's just tea. But I do add the crystal boba, the white boba pearls. I don't do the brown sugar boba unless they don't have the white version.
And the white boba was very like different. I've never had that before, and I thought that was a nice difference.
Yeah, I know the normal boba is brown sugar boba usually, or there's like tapioca is and sweetener. But the white ones, I don't know what they're made out of, but they feel lighter for me and a little less sweet. Okay, so that's that. That's our quick take, and I also can't wait to grab tea after this recording. So, all right, tell me from kind of beginning to end your Las Vegas experience, starting with the drive.
The drive. So we had to. So I know we talked about this in previous podcasts about going to San Diego and how you gave me kind of slack of not making the full drive.
Yeah, I know.
And you're like, how can you not make the full drive? And like we were like, as we were getting closer to our trip, my wife basically was like, "Are you sure you can drive?" And I was like, I don't know. So we actually booked a midpoint. We stayed at a hotel in Bakersfield, but it did break up the trip because you do have to charge. And charge is about 20 minutes. So going down, it was probably to the midway. It was probably
Bay Area, San Francisco.
Bay Area. It was
Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's probably like 2 charges. And
Two
then
charges to get to
2
Bakersfield?
charges. Yeah, it is. And then to get to
Really?
Vegas, yeah, it was. We charged maybe 3 times, but we charged right before we went into Vegas.
Wait. Serious? 3
Yeah,
times?
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay, then that completely justifies the need to take a stop.
Yeah, and also the kids want to get out, stretch their legs, but it's not too bad. The other thing is like the Tesla, what it wants to do is it wants to optimize. So when you do a stop, it's like, you can charge for 5 minutes and you have enough to get to your next destination, but you get to your next destination at like 10%. So versus doing that, we were always charging to 80% because I don't trust like cruising to Vegas at 10%. and it's like super hot, and I was like, you're driving and you're seeing all these other cars, in the hilly areas and trucks like broken down. I'm like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be in that situation with kids in a hot, car, and who knows, how long it takes to get a tow. So we played it safe, and we made sure we every time we stopped, we topped up to 80%. So it took a little longer, but it was
Was it fast charging? Did you
Yeah,
do fast
superchargers,
charging? Okay,
yeah.
so next question after that is: did you keep track of how much it costs? Or did you see
It
their
was
Tesla bill? Or
yeah,
whatever?
it was when you charge, it tells you the rate, and you can kind of see it accumulate. And then it's about $20 a charge to 80%. Now you can go less distance because of the battery. It just doesn't have as much range. But so when you're charging, you have to charge more often, but it costs less, and electricity in general is less, even at the higher rate. So my wife and I, we calculated. We said if we took the Prius, it would probably take less stops, but it probably cost us double because gas got very expensive as you're going down to Vegas. So we looked at like $5-6. So it's like we probably say it costs us half as much by doing electricity. So it's like we had to charge more often, but it costs less and than gas.
Wait. So, do you have like $100?
So let's say if it was $120 to go down in gas, it costs us $60 in charging.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a Prius.
Yeah, it's a Prius. It's an old Prius, so I think maybe it might get less.
Yeah.
But
how many miles total is it nowadays? Like 800? Is that the distance from
the distance? Yeah, I think so. And I think gas cars might get like 400 or 500, and then the Tesla probably gets like some mid 200s. So you end up having to charge more often.
Yeah, I think. Well, because it's a comparison to a Prius, I would say probably the newer Priuses or the more efficient Priuses that hit 50 a gallon.
Yeah.
You probably come out pretty close. But that's understand that you can just drive.
Yeah.
Probably with one fill. So it's like a time.
Yeah.
Versus.
Yeah, but then also when you have kids, they always want to get out, use the restroom
Slightly,
and whatnot. So there were some interesting stops that we did along the way. We went to they're just like stops, and it's like, oh, the world's biggest thermometer. It's like, okay, I guess that's a thing.
It's an interesting perspective because, and this is the part I really value because from how you drive, the drive itself is part of the entertainment for your family. Mm-hmm. Versus my mindset, I'm gonna get down there, ASAP,
like A to B.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, it's part of the journey. But it's like.
So then it ended up like being a week long, like 5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. That actually Did you do the same thing on the way back where you had a?
Yeah, we ended up stopping because what we did was my wife said, Are you sure we can drive? And I said, why don't we test it? Let's test it. And we booked the hotel room. Okay. And then. So we did book it on the way back, but after we did it, I was like, I don't think we could do it. So then we booked on the second leg the Bakersfield hotel, same hotel. So it's so we wanted to test it because if I was like, I think I could have just, driven and done it in one shop, and then we're like, we're not in a rush. We have the weekend, we have the time off. So I was like, we might as well, enjoy it and not, kill ourselves over it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. Like, I would take the scenic route. Or hey, if I'm just curious about something, just take a stop and go explore a small town along the 101 or something on the way down, and then stop by LA even, and then go and drive to Vegas. Not even just go there straight. You got time, right? Mm-hmm. So that I gotta keep in mind too. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun. It's like a real road trip, not just it's called a road trip because I just want to get there and I gotta drive 8 hours straight.
Yeah, and you could be more spontaneous, and stop. You're like, oh, what's that? What's that big thermometer in the distance? Oh, let's pull over and see what it is. And
you saw that? It's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real. I mean, it's not a real. It's a digital, with lights, but it's not like mercury.
I'm thinking you're talking about like a real.
But it's a I mean, it does tell the temperature, and it does look like a thermometer. It's just, like digital in terms of like LEDs, right? So it looks like a thermometer, but it's not like a real mercury thermometer. It's like with lights.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you talk about cost of driving down there and being spontaneous, yeah, that sounds like fun actually.
Yeah. So what we did was we had MGM, like they have a bunch of casinos, and there was an all-inclusive deal, which my wife found. And it's very rare to get all-inclusive deals in the U.S., specifically Vegas. You know, they're always charging you resort fees, and then you have the food, and this was all-inclusive. So they had a list of like places you could eat that would be inclusive. It included the hotel room, resort fee, parking.
Okay.
Two, like you could watch two shows for 2 nights,
Okay.
and then it had some other things. So we actually booked two of those packages for 4 nights, and we did it back to back. Yeah, that's what we did.
That's oh my gosh, that's so smart.
It was like probably the best find. My wife, like, I don't think we can beat this trip. Like, I don't think we can go again because it's like, oh, well, we're gonna watch the same shows.
I mean, that 4 days in Vegas.
But
that's
it
a
was
lot,
like it was a really huge bang for your buck, and I think the reason being is they want to get you there, and then the not having to pay for food is huge, and having kids, like part of it was like they have the buffet. We stayed at the Excalibur, more kid friendly, and they have the buffet there, and we ate buffet like twice every day, breakfast and lunch, which are great for kids because kids don't know what they want to eat. So when you have a buffet, they can eat immediately, and you don't have to worry about, oh, what are they going to
So
eat?
you can pick breakfast or lunch or
Breakfast and lunch you can eat at the buffet.
oh okay
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
oh I get
yeah.
what you're saying.
So that's what we did, and then the other thing, and then dinner. They had select restaurants you could go to. So we went to some different restaurants at the.
I would do that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
try to have a buffet like
But
every single meal.
yeah.
That's like overkill.
But the huge thing is the big reason for the kids, because obviously it's like they can't gamble and whatnot, but is the pools. So we went to you get to go to the other MGM pools. So we went to Mandalay Bay. They have the wave and like real
have a
sand,
wave?
a wave pool, and they
okay.
have a lazy river. So we went there.
Seriously?
Yeah, and then the Excalibur pool had a slide. So the kids spent the first time we went to Mandalay Bay, and then the next two times we just stayed kind of at the Excalibur because it was really sunny. You have to go really early. And
You gotta beat the people that
Yeah.
actually are
And
at the hotel.
yeah, and also after like an hour and a half, like it's too much sun, you know. So it's like
Yeah, well, it is Las Vegas.
we would go back, shower, you know, take a nap, and then at night we do something like just walk around. We went to the Hershey like world, M&M world, Coca-Cola, and just looked at the lights and stuff. It also included parking at the other MGM resorts, so or casinos. So we drove to like Bellagio so we could see the water show they have at
okay.
night. So it was very handy, and since we had our own car, we could just drive
Yeah,
places. And like the last when we were leaving, my son saw this on YouTube. In Vegas, they have the world's biggest gift shop. So right before we left, we stopped there. It's at like the southern end of the Vegas Strip. We drove there, and we went, and yeah, it's a big gift shop. It has lots of stuff, and so we were able to do that, and then we headed back. So a lot of just eating, going to the
Okay,
pool.
we're gonna deep dive a little bit because I'm super curious about
Yeah.
some of these things that you just cover at the high level. Okay, so you covered the driving experience.
Yeah.
I think that's a new perspective for me of just taking your time and driving there. If you have like a week off or whatever, take the time and just chill mode and just like stop. So that's my big takeaway. And then you got there, you checked in the hotels. All right, this is where I want to know about the hotel. So you said you can. So did you only jump between like Bellagio, Mandalay Bay, Excalibur? Like, which would you say of the MGM? Did you even go to MGM, the proper MGM hotel? And
We
check
went.
that out?
We went. We walked around. They're all connected, or you can take a tram. We did look at MGM Grand. We looked at the outside of Park MGM, But we went mostly to like we looked at Luxor and New York, and then Bellagio were the ones we looked in.
So for your children, you said you spend a lot of time at the pool. How about the arcades? How about the carnival games? Were there
You-
things like that
You know,
available?
not a lot of casinos have like arcades. That being said, Excalibur did have arcades, so it's more family friendly, and I'm sure like maybe the circus
Yeah,
one.
I mean, I would not. It's really like Circus is all the way at the other
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah.
I
It
wouldn't-
is,
I
it is,
wouldn't-
it is. But a lot of them are not like. That's the thing. Like when I'm walking with my kids, and a lot of times it's like, oh, my wife is be like behind, so I'll be waiting for her or standing around. If you're in the hotel lobby, they have all the slot machines and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll get security people, and they'll say, hey, you can't stand
Can't-
with kids.
yeah.
You know, you can't stand. But my kid, to a kid, and the difference between a slot machine and an arcade machine is very minuscule. Like they have some of the same IPs, so it's like,
Oh, really?
yeah, like they have like a King Kong like slot machine,
Okay.
and you know, so it's like, and you know, they're basically arcade machines,
Mm-hmm.
and you know. A lot of video game companies make arcade machines. Like
Yeah,
Konami
that's-
makes
that's true.
slot
Yeah.
machines. So it's hard telling my kids like you can play with these, but you can't play with these. But you know that I think that's just part of casinos and gambling and whatnot. So it was funny like telling them. But I ended up. This is what I did. I did a hack. I didn't want my kids like spending money at the arcade, so I brought my Nintendo Switch to the hotel, and I just had them play. But for the most part, they played on their iPad. They just, oh, I want iPad, or they'd watch TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And the kids, we were thinking about going to Old Vegas, like, doing all this stuff. But the kids were not that interested. I mean, they were not even that entertained by like the fountains. Like, they're like, they're just all on their digital like iPad. And I was like, oh, because I wanted to show them like the lights and whatnot. But my wife was like, oh, because we looked at it and they charge for parking. And I was like, I don't really want to go if they're going to charge for
Yeah,
parking.
that's true.
Um,
We're downtown?
we're like very central. Like Excalibur is actually is a very good location.
No,
It's
no.
like,
Where did you say charge for parking?
Old Vegas, like
Oh,
Fremont
okay.
Street.
Really?
Yeah. So I
wow.
was like, I'm not that interested. Like I've been the kid. The only reason we go there is see the light show and eat like a deep fried Twinkie or something. Like that is the. And honestly, it's hard to go out for food when everything is all inclusive on the
Yeah,
package deal.
yeah. You don't really want to go.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think
Even the dinners, right? The dinners.
and it's it's like food is expensive
Wow,
if
the
it's not
dinners,
part of
the buffets.
because like a buffet at Excalibur, it was like $30 a person. So between my wife and I, it would have been like 65 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But then we lucked out because our kids are younger, so they got to eat free at the buffet.
Yeah, yeah.
So and a lot of the other restaurants, the kids eat free. So we only paid, all inclusive was just us, and then the kids ate free there. So we really lucked out.
That's
and
how
I was
they
like,
get
this
you
is
for families. Yeah.
yeah. But I think they just want to with this package. They just want to get you there so you gamble, right? Like that's the thing. Like
It totally reminds me of when I went on my Disney cruise and they allowed me to bring 2 guests for free.
oh yeah.
Except I brought my brother and his wife.
Wait,
my
hold on.
sister-in-law.
You didn't bring your wife?
No. So my wife and I paid
Oh, okay.
the full price.
Okay.
And then my brother and my sister-in-law would be the free.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we split it between the 4 of us.
Okay. So it averaged down.
Supposedly, there's it's aimed for families, right?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be 2 adults, 2 kids. But I brought two freaking adults. So it was like
But were you sleeping in like the bunks? Like
so a cruise ship has the normal bed, and then
Yeah.
they come in. This is what I love about the cruise ship. I went on Disney, and they set up the beds for nighttime.
Yeah.
And they're like kids' beds. Like the couch just flips, and then there's a thing that I don't remember the name of it, but it comes down.
Oh yeah.
And then night 1, my wife and my sister-in-law slept in the bed, and then the rest of the trip, it was better for me and my wife to sleep in the bed, and then my brother and my sister-in-law slept in the bunks.
Okay.
But we didn't cheap out and got the super. We at least got a room that had a balcony, so there's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
a
So you
little
get
bit
some
bigger
outside air and whatnot.
Yeah, but I totally understand the whole. If you have children, oh my gosh, it makes like I didn't have to worry. I get that. Like you don't have to worry about what people want to eat.
Yeah.
Because you just go
Yeah.
go eat, and
Yeah.
they're like, it's like a playground.
Yeah, my wife loves cruises as well. But the other thing is you can eat at any time. You don't even have to worry, you know. And when you have kids, it's when you go. It's not like, oh, let's go. You know, it's what will the kids eat? I have to go where, and you know, it's like, you know, you go, and the buffet is great because if they don't like it, they go, oh, the chicken nuggets are too nuggety or whatnot. You're like, okay, whatever. Like have some ice cream.
Have a
right?
hamburger. Have
Yeah,
a hot
I know
dog.
exactly.
It was all delicious. So I would say like Disney cruise.
Did you
was great.
Switching gears on the Disney cruise? Do you end up like doing a lot of the additional things?
So it was. I only went on the cruise. This is my first cruise and only cruise so far. In
Your
my
first
life.
cruise is a Disney cruise.
Yeah, and I didn't. Cruising is a lifestyle for
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
I didn't min max. I just went and just did my thing, and
Yeah.
I realized, like, I just like being on the ship. I didn't really care for the excursions to Mexico or some island.
Do you see the shows and whatnot?
Yeah, so the first night we missed out on the show because I was like, I don't think it'll be that. And then the rest of the nights I didn't miss out because then I realized, oh my God, these shows are amazing, amazing. Like I was like, wow, this is Broadway
Yeah.
level quality, amazing.
Yeah.
Not just like a carnival act kind of.
Yeah.
They just bring in some guy. These are like rehearsed stage
Yeah, yeah.
production and all that. So then I was like, yeah, we got to catch the shows and then catch dinner. But now I know, like if I go back, I totally know what schedule to run, how to do it, and what to do on the ship. And I didn't even experience, I would say probably only experienced like 55, 60% of all the things that I could have done. So if I go back, but here's the problem that makes it hard is with ships is like if the seas are rough, it sucks, and then you might get seasick. And then I remember like I came back. I mean, after being a week on the ship, and then coming back on land, I was just like, what's going on here?
Yeah. You're like expecting, you get used to it.
And I'm like, whoa, I don't feel stable on the ground for some reason because I'm just. That's probably one of the downsides, but great experience. I think that's why Vegas is very interesting to me because it's like the cruise ship experience on land.
Yeah.
I mean, generally, if you go on a normal cruise ship, right, there'll actually be a casino.
Yeah.
A lot of adult
except
ones.
for Disney. Disney doesn't have.
Yeah.
But most, I've been on the cruise. I've gone on Carnival, so that's much. That's like entry level. But yeah, they have the slot machines but speaking of when so they have the coin pushers on
dude,
right.
I love those stupid coin pusher games.
But
like,
here's the thing: when you're like when you're like anchored and like you tend to feel the waves more because you're not pushing. And then if it gets really wavy, I'd run down to the coin pusher and see if any coins come out.
Wait.
Yeah.
That would be so strange if. I mean, I get it because technically, wow, they have coin pushers on the ship.
Yeah, well, on Carnival.
Yeah, I mean, but still, like the fact that it's an unstable environment at any time.
But maybe that adds to the excitement. It's like, oh, you could.
I just park myself there and hope for rough seas. I also don't want that because if you don't know, you get seasick or not. Like,
yeah,
I'll just tangent a little because I want to get back to the Vegas and just pick your brain some more. Like, so once a younger version of me in my 20s took out a skipper boat, like the tiny boat, a single motor.
Yeah,
went out in Santa Cruz, rented it, and just took it out.
Do you have any sailing experience?
No, you can rent these things, right?
Wow.
Because they're just tiny. They're tiny single motor. You just stop and go. You just need a driver's license.
Okay.
I as a kid, I thought, we could just rent this and go fish or something. And then, oh my gosh, for some reason that day, the ocean was very choppy, I started puking water, not even food or anything, just water, because I was just so seasick from this little tiny boat. Just
Oh my God.
every wave that would come would just almost like.
Wait, were you by yourself?
No, there was a couple of us. We were thinking about fishing, and
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, I never caught a fish. I want to catch one, we thought it would be calm. Like I thought it would be calm like a lake,
Yeah.
because that's usually the only time that I've ever rented one of these things is on a lake, because lakes
Okay.
have no
Yeah,
flat.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. But the ocean, seasickness from the ocean. I mean, I surf now, but back then in my 20s, like it took me out. It knocked me out.
Wow.
But back to Vegas, because I'm very curious. So the food. This is what I want to understand. Like, okay, did you always had to eat at Excalibur, or could you go to other?
We could go to others, but then some of them didn't have kids menus or kids that eat for free. So, and also like some of them are more adult centric. I think the ones that we we ate that were not the buffet were like sports bars, like. Which also, let me tell you, I'm a Knicks fan, and
so that was the other thing. I was like, I think there were basketball games.
Yes.
The NBA Finals was happening.
Yes. And I have this, and I told my dad this, I cannot watch the Knicks. Because every time I watch the Knicks, they lose. Right?
I mean, I don't know.
And they were like on a win streak. And you know, the one place we had to eat was a sports bar, Taps, at Excalibur. And what do they have on? The Knicks game.
Yeah,
and it's
obviously.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, I'm trying not to watch. They're up 5. It's like quarter 3 or something, the third quarter. They're up 5. And immediately when I start watching, they're like down. I was like, dude, I cannot watch it. And obviously they lost that game. So and then the 4th game they won, obviously, because I was not watching. And the 5th game, I was like, I'm definitely not watching. So I told my dad, I said, I'm not watching. So he actually called me. He called me and I said, "Is it good news?" And he's like, "The Knicks won. They, since 1973." And I was like, "You're welcome."
Did you put any money down?
No, I didn't. I felt like if I had put money down, I would have bet against the Knicks.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
then that's how bad luck I have. Because if I bet for the Knicks, I would have lost, and the Knicks would have lost. But if I had bet on the Spurs, then definitely that would have guaranteed the Knicks a championship.
So that's something I had to learn. Like, it's a superstition, obviously, and everybody has their own, right, in a way. But yeah, you want to watch your team. I would say you want to watch your team. Like, it has no effect. It has no effect. You can test it yourself. So, I mean, if it's your favorite team and it's your team, you should go watch it. You should go watch it, man.
What I'll do is I'll watch, if I know they've won, I will watch it on YouTube TV, and they have this feature called highlights.
Yeah.
And so you can speed run watching a full game and only see the highlights, which is great, but it also spoils you because when you watch a normal game,
But it's live. You gotta watch
yeah,
it live.
but you
man.
watch a
That's
live game and
experience.
you're like, why are people missing?
Oh my gosh.
What's with all? How come people not like always getting their threes in like when you watch the highlights?
That reminds me of like when some people they watch TV shows or movies at like 2x speed or something.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It seems kind of weird to. So I get it. If it's like a chore, like something like a training video, okay, I get it. You're gonna like play it quickly so I can quickly get this done. Versus like, well, probably not the best example. I guess you can, like Lord of the Rings or something, because it's so long. Maybe you do watch it a little faster and you slow it down for certain parts. But like big cinematic experiences, I wouldn't want to fast forward those kind of movies.
Like watching Endgame or something.
Yeah,
like
or
Infinity War.
What's that? Any Christopher Nolan movie?
No, like Batman or Inception.
Yeah,
or,
if you try to speed through it, watching Inception, I think your mind would just be like, what happened? What happened?
just also would that mean that like everyone's voice is squeaky and all the tuba would be like hella high pitched?
Yeah, it would be like it. So yeah, so that's the but sports especially. So that's one of the last pillars of entertainment is live entertainment, right?
yeah.
Live sports is where it's one of those things where there's still a lot of attraction of people watching it as it happens versus watching replays or highlights on YouTube. Well, highlights on YouTube I get, like highlights after the game's over, because that's what SportsCenter does. That's what news does. So I understand that. But rewatching a whole game and missing out on the in-between moments, that's like the build-up, that's the excitement. The comeback, the come from behind, the turnover, the fast breakaways. That's like,
in my mind, I was like, if I don't watch it and they win, then at least my dad gets to watch the Knicks win. And the other thing I was talking to my wife, I'm like, I hope my dad doesn't have a heart attack, because every game during the finals were very close. Like the historic come from behind.
Yeah, we're up all early.
And the other thing, when I was in Vegas, almost like everyone was like a Knicks fan. Like everyone was rooting for the Knicks. It was super weird because like nobody's really a Knicks fan. And they were rooting, and I think it's because Wemby, the Victor Wemby he's just so tall. And it's just like watching like college athletes beat up on elementary school, like pushing them over.
Dude, that was, so I was only interested, I don't watch the NBA regularly because there's too many games and they're all over the place.
Yeah.
But I did tune in to watch probably half the series of the finals because of Victor Wembanyama and the like, it's like watching, I just like how you explained it, like watching a pro or college level athlete playing with kids.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is incredible. Like he just blocks. His movement. He's just like a giant.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's very athletic. He's very nimble. He can shoot at the three.
Yeah.
Like when he shoots a three, it does not look like a three. It's like that'd be a normal person. That's like a free throw. Like he's just so close to the basket for everything.
Yeah, that's what's like. That's why.
And he's young. He's young as well.
Yeah.
And to get to the finals, so I think I think the Spurs are going to win a lot of titles, or at least.
I think, I don't know about titles, but at least they'll have a lot of success for the next few years, and it's like, I think the series that got me cheering for them was the previous series with Oklahoma.
Oh,
because like not saying it's true or not true, or someone can say statistically it's true, like was it SGA just flopping for free throws?
Oh, yeah.
All the time, or shooting. Like, that ruins the sport. Like, the artistry, the technicality. If you're just like, oh, I'm going to fake it and then make the defender jump and then then shoot it, but lean into the defender as they're falling on you. Like, that kind of stuff ruins the artistic nature of, like, and this is, I'm referring back to the days of like Jordan. He just played great basketball.
Yeah,
that's it. Hard, tough basketball.
Yeah.
Versus like, I'm trying to get free throws.
You're not.
And that's but wow.
Yeah.
Knicks.
No,
all the way. I didn't know that about you because I don't know how you're a Knicks fan, or what made you a Knicks fan.
Well, my dad is from New York, so he's always been a Knicks fan, and he's a Yankees fan, and to a certain extent, he's also a Giants fan because the San Francisco Giants used to be New York Giants.
He grew up in New York?
Yeah, he did.
Wow, to be and I'm saying Giants as in baseball Giants, right?
Yeah.
That's way back.
Yeah, it is. So, so I mean, this is when the Knicks winning the championship, because everyone's like on the New York team have won a championship except the Knicks since 1973. So it's just like, my dad told me, he was like, oh, this is the first championship since like your mom and I were married, because they got married around 90. So it's like, oh, it's a huge thing. So it's come full circle. So I was very happy. So.
All right. So the last part of your trip that I'm curious about, the shows of this package. Okay, you got two kids. You and yourself. And then previously I said these shows put me to sleep because they just like boring to me sometimes.
Right. They're not Disney caliber shows, but they are like my son is into like magic, and part of magic is comedy. So we went to see the Matt King show. I took my oldest son, and he really enjoyed it because it was like magic,
magic.
sleight of
I like magic.
hand, and
Okay.
whatnot, and comedy, and it's family friendly. They had people come up on stage, and so he really enjoyed that. So that was like the first set of tickets, and then the second, because we did back to back, we had two more tickets, and I tried to convince my son. I said, "You should see the Blue Man Group." And he was like questioning. He's like, I even showed him videos. I said, "Oh, this is what they do. They do instruments. It's music." And you know what he asked me? He goes, "Are they really blue?" I said, "No, it's makeup." And he's like, "What about? Are they bald?" I said, "No, it's a cap. It's why are you asking me these things?" And he goes, "Why don't they talk?" I go, that's the thing. That's you see what you get. So he
You gotta go check out the show.
yeah,
That's
but
all.
he ended up. He's like, "No, I'm not interested." And then my youngest one, it immediately turned off my youngest one. So my youngest one was like, "No, I don't want to watch it." So what ended up happening is, my wife was like, "We should see these shows. Like maybe we'll take turns and watch." So I was like, "Oh, Australian Bee Gees, right? It's a tribute band of the Bee Gees." So
Okay.
I went there. A lot of older people there, but I enjoyed it. It was
A
fun.
lot of older people there.
I
The
enjoyed
audience
the-
for Bee Gees, obviously, yeah.
but I enjoyed it. It was fun, they're well-known, songs like "Staying Alive,"
Yeah, yeah.
and my wife. So then my wife chose it, and she chose "The Thunder from Down Under."
Oh my gosh. Wait, is that what I think it is?
Yes,
Is this the strip
the
club?
dancers, the male entertainers.
Yeah.
So that's what she saw, and
Wait, you both went separately or something?
no, we went separately so we could watch the kids because we can't just leave the kids. So we
Oh.
went on separate nights. So yeah, but I had to book the tickets because so I had to say, oh, on BG's, which is for me.
Okay, yeah.
And then I said, oh, and then Thunder from Down Under, for my wife,
That
not-
show's
not-
still there. Oh wow.
Yeah. So she
incredible.
enjoyed it. It was fun. So
So I think you didn't have kudos to you for not going to Cirque du Soleil shows because those are the ones that put me to sleep.
oh yeah.
The acrobat, except for the Beatles because of music, and maybe there's
Yeah.
like a Michael Jackson.
Yeah. There's one.
Like
It's at
there-
Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, if there's music
Yeah.
that I'm familiar with, then yeah, I can stay awake. But if it's just like people doing circus things and stuff, I was just like, okay, yeah,
You're
no,
like,
no.
where are the animals?
Yeah, I can't do it. And I mean, I get it. Like, I understand their whole business concept, and it's incredible. These people that do it are incredible, like super flexible, super strong, and doing all this. And but it's just not my thing when I'm in Vegas. Maybe some other time it would be. But okay, here it is. The wrap up.
Yeah.
Okay. That was like a week-long trip. You drove. Food sounds, depending on what you pick, I mean, but it was for your family.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a perfect solution. All-inclusive. You got to travel between different MGM properties. You got to check out some shows
Shows. We got to go to the different pools.
and all that. And the weather, that's the last thing. The
yeah,
weather.
the weather was amazing. It was so
June. This is
like
June,
yeah,
right?
just very
Yeah.
sunny, like perfect. And then for the most part, we're like, oh, we need to go back to the hotel room. But yeah, it was great outdoor weather to go to the pool, and we went early in the morning to get to the pool. So yeah, it was great.
All right. So, not a formal rating, but let's say from bad, good to excellent. I mean, in some range, some category. What was your bang for your buck? Was
Yeah,
that a good experience?
It was definitely. I don't think we could top that. We were calculating it. The price, it was like $330 for 2 nights. So it all in is 600, probably under 1,000, including the additional hotels that we stayed at, going to and from.
Whoa.
And that's including
I didn't
food.
expect you to drop the price, but
Yeah.
that makes me whoa.
So like when we viewed it, we're like either you view it as like we got the hotel for free or we got the food for free. Like,
Whoa.
and the value with also feeding the kids for free, and then also seeing a show and doing all not having to pay for parking, resort fees. So it was also. Oh, I forgot to mention, they gave us $25 free play on each package. So in total, we had $50 free play. I was exactly sure how free play. So what you do, how free play works, is you get their card and you
Okay.
load the free play on the card, and you put it. You can only use it in certain slot machines. So
Okay,
you put it in thing. You put your pin in. You say like I want to use my free play. But to get the free play to start is you have to put your own money to get it started. So it's like I had $50 of free play. I only had $50 on me, so I put that in the machine. Then I started playing. And then it deducts from the free play, right? And so $50. As soon as I ran out of the $50, I like stopped. So out of the $50, I got maybe $42, 42 and change. And I immediately stopped. I said cash out. So I cashed out like $92 something. But what they want you to do is to keep playing. That's how they get you.
Of course.
So I was like, on top of that, I made $42 on top of So I was like, value wise, it was like I don't think we could.
Well, I mean, they probably factor that a little bit of that into the cost.
Yeah, I'm sure there's other people who do spend a lot and whatnot, and it averages out.
It gets you.
It subsidizes people like
Absolutely.
us. So yeah, I mean it's like unheard of value, and I think that might like I was saying, like how they never do inclusive do it kind of it's indicative of the economy and like how Vegas really needs people to come and spend money and go to shows, and people are not traveling as much. There's not as many conventions in Vegas.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely there's deals to be had, and I think I think we'll probably see more inclusive deals moving forward.
So I mean, I'm glad I was able to pick your brain and your experience for this. I would say the only thing that I would have done differently, or I would have done, is if I was you, as a Knicks fan, I probably bet every night that they were playing, just to like the money line to win.
Yeah.
And that would probably be the only thing I would kind of do differently. And then at the end of the day, I'll probably be like, hey, look, these bets paid off the whole trip.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Or
you're
a good
right.
percentage of the
but
trip.
with my luck, they would have lost. And
Well, but that's the like if I'm a fan of the team and they're playing in the championship, I'm just gonna put some money on the line just because I'm a fan of the team. Like if the Niners were playing in the Super Bowl and I'm in Vegas, I would bet. Or if like the Warriors were playing, I would put bets on the Warriors winning or something every night that I'm there.
Yeah. I mean, God, I think the problem is you can gamble. There's like apps so you don't need to be in Vegas to gamble on games.
Yeah, that's where I stop. Like,
Yeah.
I make sure if I'm gonna do it,
It has to be in Vegas.
I try to do it in Vegas.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like a slippery slope.
Yeah.
I understand those poly markets, those Kalshi things. You bet on everything in life.
DraftKings, stuff like
all
that.
Like,
But we
draw the line.
We had the NBA Finals. Stanley Cup was playing, and then we had
yeah.
World Cup just started. So we and that was like the U.S. winning. That was not expected by like four.
Well,
4-1.
not that many goals. But let's end on this note because we did talk about the World Cup. So the team that I'm cheering for is South Korea. I always cheer for
they won their
South Korea.
first game.
They're playing. I think they're playing tomorrow or Thursday, and it'll be like 6 p.m. So my wife and I will watch that.
No,
game.
nice.
But that's who I'm cheering for. How about you?
I go for Team USA, and if it's not Team USA, if they get knocked out, usually I'll bandwagon to like England. But that's only because like I have relatives in England, so
okay.
So usually those are the ones I root for.
I'll go for like any East Asian team because they don't generally get as far. The European powerhouses and the South American powerhouses are the ones that dominate a lot of times. So I go for any East Asian team.
Just to quickly talk about this, it's the first time I've ever seen, because you were talking about flopping or like getting fouls to the U.S. game. The first time I've ever seen a mistaken identity where they initially called the yellow card on the U.S. defender, and they switched it and they put it on the offensive guy for flopping. I've never
Oh.
seen that happen.
That's part of the newer.
Yeah, and I think that
system.
is amazing, and that's something they should integrate because nobody likes flopping or like trying to draw a foul and whatnot.
Yeah, they had to do that to make the game much more
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, now they just need to get an
Fair.
actual like digital stopwatch so they can stop doing stoppage time.
I think that's the beauty of it is they're gonna add time. You just know they will. You just
Yeah.
don't know how long, and it's like unknown. And it's like until it's like the 90th minute, they're like, all right, I have 5 more minutes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then it kind of builds up some of that excitement. Like if you're coming from behind, or you score a goal in stoppage time, it's like it just builds. And I think that's the beauty of soccer. To a lot of people, it's like, oh, just the score's so low. It's so hard to kick a ball into a net. But when it does happen, all that build up, that built up like energy of like explodes.
Right.
And then on the World Cup stage, when it's a country, it's
Yeah.
like a pride thing, and then that gets me every time. Like, I feel it. I feel that pride that people have for their country, and that's where I wish like Team USA. I hope they can make it to the 16 because
Yeah.
we're hosting it, or
Yeah.
at least co-hosting it with the other countries. So I hope they make it to the 16. I hope Korea makes it to the 16. It is an expanded format, so I don't remember how they do the cutoffs in a 48 team format. Because if you cut it in half, it would be 24.
Right.
And then if you cut it in half, it's 12. So it's like they must have buys or something for like top seed. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'll have to look into that when. So group play is fine, but it's the elimination.
Eliminating that when
That's-
it's all on the line,
That's
which
when
is
it's like the
with
best.
such a low scoring game, you can have some real like upsets.
Exactly, and that's why it's like that's what makes it fun to watch when it happens. Versus, I can't seem to follow Major League Soccer and things like that, but I can follow World Cup like once every 4 years. I can handle that. So here's to Team USA and Team Korea, and for you, I think there's like a nickname for them. Isn't there a nickname for
Bandwagoner? No.
for you? Like if you're a fan. You know, they're like certain soccer clubs and teams have like a certain nickname for their fans. I don't remember. Maybe I'll have to look that up too. Like, I think United Kingdom, or is it Great Britain? Is it United Kingdom or Great Britain?
I think it's England because
It's
you-
England.
Yeah,
It's England. Sorry. So there's like a term for it if you're an England soccer fan. I don't remember. What it is. Maybe I'll remember later. But again, thank you for
Yeah,
coming
definitely.
post trip and telling me all about it. I've learned quite a lot about Vegas at its current time in 2026, and maybe I'll look into getting a quick weekend getaway. Probably not like you double booking and back to back, but probably fly out there. I think if flights are cheap enough. Like if you took, and that's why I'm really thankful because it's basically like $100
Yeah.
one way. I mean, if I can get a round trip for like $150 or probably less, I just fly.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you again,
Yeah.
Jason. And I am looking forward to getting some tea now. All right, take care, everybody.
Okay,
Thank
see
you
ya.
for tuning in.